Hello. So I love this. How to defeat perfectionism. Make shitty art. Do it every day. So I have been reading We Need Your Art by Amy McMe, and I so believe in this. I love making shitty art. It is so relaxing to not have to worry about if it's going to look good. It's just the whole process of doing it. So that's what I'm going to do today. So here is my setup for today. I only have maybe an hour of time before I have to go get dinner ready. I just picked up my oldest kid from his class. My two kids are downstairs playing, and I'm going to maximize the free time that I have right now and make some shitty art. So let's go. So today I thought I would just play around with some watercolors. So I have this watercolor set by Grabby. Doesn't sound very good. Robbie. Let me know if you know. Okay. And my husband just came back from a trip and got me this from the local toy store. Do love. And they write very well. And they're washable, quick dry, mess free. And pastel colors. Everything I love. And of course, my favorite acrylic paint markers of the moment. These shuttle arts. Love them. There. And some of them are metallic. Okay. So I have this drawn out with my watercolor palette. And I always gravitate towards the same color palette. It's usually pinks and blues and purples and yellows. So I think I'm going to go for that again because why not? I'll try this Byzantine. Crazy because it doesn't look anything like it. It's this one right here. It looks like that. Let's check it out. What I usually like to do is I don't really have any intention, like any prompts in mind right now. There are times I like to do journaling that's very intentional with the prompt that's going to help me make some breakthroughs. And then there are other times that I want to just make shitty art, as they say. Sorry about the swearing. I don't actually usually swear much. I think it sounds kind of crass, ironically, and I'm saying it over and over again in this video. But then about talking to myself makes that come out more. But I'm also just trying to get a point across because I'm so passionate about getting grown women to play again, to give themselves permission to play. And I think it is so important to relax and not be adulting all the time. Oh my God, it's just so hard to be adulting all the time, right? Especially after you have little humans to care for. And even if you don't have little humans, if you have a pet, that's a responsibility. If you have a job, that's a responsibility. If you have somebody else you're caring for in your life, that's a responsibility. And, as you get older, it seems like the responsibilities just add up. Even like having to do your taxes, that's a responsibility. And having to make dinner every night, that's a responsibility. You got to feed yourself and others if you have other people that you're living with. And it just seems like the world kind of weighs us down as we get older. We lose the childhood innocence and wonder that we had when we were growing up. And actually, nowadays, it seems like that's also fading in childhood. And it's really sad to see because it's just really sad. I feel like you only get to be a child once in your life, and you shouldn't be weighed down by the news of the world or like this mindset about things the children really shouldn't have to worry about yet. Um, and I think there's no harm in nurturing the inner child in each one of us because it's so necessary. And nowadays, everybody's nervous systems are so dysregulated. We have such strong reactions to things. And I really do feel like the antidote is to play, is to create, and to learn from it and grow. And I just think it is such a beautiful thing. Like, what am I doing right now? I am just painting. I'm not trying to make anything beautiful. And if it turns out beautiful, that's a bonus. But it's really just an act of painting that's really soothing and therapeutic. And oh my God, I just realized I'm painting in the middle of a brand new notebook. I just opened it up to the page with the staples and I just started painting. Oh my God, I'm ridiculous. Like it's a brand new notebook and I just one in the middle. I don't know why. I guess it stayed open nicely. Well, I'm just gonna roll with it. It's already too late. I actually meant to use up the last 2 pages of my other notebook. Uh, but I just had this sitting on my desk waiting to be used next, and I guess I just grabbed it. You know, I'm just so excited about having this free time, this little pocket of free time that I just painting in the middle of a brand new notebook. Hey, it's my notebook. I will break the rules. Doesn't matter. It's my notebook, my rules. And apparently I have none. Okay. This afternoon, my little one and I, we did a little art project. Um, I tried to film it, but I think my kiddo accidentally stopped the recording, so I don't have it. Um, Sometimes I like to do little time lapse of us making art project, and it's really fun. And I thought it would be a nice memory to keep. I have other times like a side by side making our art, and I just think it's so wonderful. What a wonderful memory to keep. We'll get to look back on that one day when he's older. Okay. This is really purple. You know, there was a time in my life when I did not like purple, which is crazy to think about now because I love it now. But I do gravitate towards like a lighter purple, like not a royal dark velvety type purple, not like this. And these, oh, sorry. Just realized you can't see. I'm just so focused on painting that you're not missing anything. It's just painting, painting, painting. Okay. So I'm in currently what we call our guest bedroom / my office studio, but it hasn't really worked out that way. Hardly spend any time in here because I'm always downstairs with the kid or in bed because who doesn't like just being in bed? Okay. All right. So now I have a background to work from. And I thought I would today do another quote page. I don't know, should I write this? it might be fun just to write this on the spread. I think I'm gonna do that. And I love her book because she has all these pages with these quotes. Perfectionism is playing defense, protecting you from potential failure or shame. It's time to play offense, create vulnerably, create to connect, create to make an impact. Oh, I love that. That is something I am leaning in more towards lately. Look at this. Perfectionism will ruin your relationship with yourself and block you from your brilliance. Having very high standards doesn't make you work harder or achieve more. It paralyzes you and keeps you small. So I highly recommend this if you're drawn to making art like I am. It's we need your art. Stop messing around and make something. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. I might add on different layers. Let's see. I used Byzantine. And I might go for like a, yeah, maybe the metallic pink or the metallic light rose. Okay. This one. Okay. So it was raining earlier this morning, and the clouds have been stunningly beautiful outside. And I just couldn't help but notice it this morning. And also this afternoon when I went to pick up my son from his class. Oh, stunning. Just stunning. I think it's those times when you can stay grounded and present that you really feel a lot of gratitude and just being alive. And then just being really grateful that I get the opportunity today to see the clouds in the sky and the beautiful, fluffy, puffy white clouds. I know it sounds a little corny, but I just really like clouds. And that's all over my branding for Hamletta Studio. I just love clouds. Why not? I always feel like my head is in the clouds anyway. And I love thinking about that. And I'm literally talking about me having my thoughts, like all my thoughts are about the actual cloud. Anyway, so I don't know if you can really see it that well, but there is a little bit of a metallic pink on it now. It's not a huge difference. Does look pretty though, and it is fun. I love watercolors. I don't use them to make pretty art. I use it to make not so pretty art, and that's fine by me. Well, actually, who knows? This is going to turn out pretty, I'm sure, because I love the colors. It'll be pretty to me. As long as it's pretty to me, that's all that matters. Or if it's not pretty, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I think I'll go for some indigo. Indigo is this one. Crazy, it looks nothing like it. This is why I need the, because just looking at the palette, you wouldn't know that this would make that. Okay. Oh, okay. It is so soothing. Time really gets away from me when I'm making a spread. Okay, I think I'll leave it at that for watercolors. How do I want to write the quote? I want to add some, maybe like a white cloud. Speaking of cloud, I might draw some white clouds. Maybe like here, and then write the quote. And then maybe I'll use metallic purple and metallic pink. Pink. So my older son is really into weather and meteorology and observing clouds. So we have a cloud spotter app on my phone that we use. You can take a picture of any cloud in the sky, and then it will tell you what kind of cloud it is. And there are so many kinds. It's not just cumulus and stratus or cirrus. There's so many kinds. And I mean, all variations of that. But I think it is so fun. And I think it uses AI to identify the clouds. So that's a wonderful use of AI for me to learn more about clouds. There's just something about clouds. It just feels so heavenly, beautiful, and serene on a nice blue day. And I'm also really into watching the sunset. Some days it's just like beautiful bright orange, and other days there's a hint of pink. Like other days it's pretty mild, like no orange or pink. The sky just kind of gets darker as the sun sets. But it's just such a magical time of day. And unfortunately, I don't wake up early enough for sunrises. So at least I get to watch the sunset. But I think that's something I would love to do more of in the future, is to wake up early before everybody wakes up, go outside with a cup of coffee and watch the sunrise. We actually put a bench outside our house, but we've never really sat on it. It just looks cool. And we're like, yeah, one day we'll sit outside. But when? When do we actually sit outside and take time to sit outside? So that's something I'd like to work on. I've started meditating in the morning in bed before I get up, if I'm able to. I co-sleep with my 4-year-old. Sometimes it's what is on my face, so that's not very helpful. But when I am able to, it is fun to start the day off being still and observing my own thoughts, catching myself when I start catastrophizing and realize that it is just a fleeting thought in my head. Something that's really like helpful for me is knowing that, like, you think about an ocean. The ocean is vast and it's deep, and you know how peaceful and serene the water can be down below. But if you only see the waves rolling in and crashing onto shore, and that's all you know about the ocean, then you think that is all there is to the ocean. Big, scary, crashing waves. And the waves are like our thoughts. It's temporary. Whatever we're experiencing through our nervous system becomes our reality. And when we react in certain ways to certain situations, because that's just what we've learned since birth, how we've been programmed by our family, by our schooling, by all the people we've interacted with. And so I've been doing more of that inner work lately to regulate my nervous system and to be more aware of my thoughts and how I can not let them control me. And I think part of the breakthroughs that I've had is just honestly doing more art like this to let go of that perfectionism. It's workers pilling on. Anyways, I've just been scribbling and chatting, but it's very therapeutic. I know there's not much going on art-wise here, but it's just so calming. You do these loops and to make my beautiful fluffy cloud. And hey, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I love when the sky looks like this too. Oh, pretty. Okay. I think I'll write how to defeat perfectionism up here and then make shitty art, do it every day. Maybe metallic purple. Or a metallic blue. Yeah. How to do it. I am no clever. I just use my own handwriting. How to defeat I think I'm gonna give it like a little white background. And then draw on top of it. I don't know if it's gonna show very well. I don't think it's showing very well. It's okay. I like the purple, looks good. I don't have any fancy techniques to show off, but I just wanted to inspire people to start making art in any way, shape, or form, whatever calls to you. And I think art journaling is one of the easiest ways to get into a creative habit. Okay, so are we blue? Okay, now I can decorate. Well, add a heart. I have such an affinity for art. And I always felt a little conscious about it when I was little because, well, not when I was little, maybe when I was like more like a teenager and drawing heart could seem kind of childish. And even in my 20s, like people would say, oh, a heart-shaped diamond engagement ring is so tacky or something is so childish. Um, I don't have a heart-shaped engagement ring, no, but I do have hearts all over my ring setting because I love hearts and no shame about it. I love them. And actually, my Chinese name that my parents gave me literally means happy heart. I was just born to love hearts. And now I am in the process of creating a community called Art and Heart Club because it calls out to me. I just love that idea of making art, putting heart into it, connecting with people. Yeah, and I just can't wait to get it out into the world. I'm still working on it. I'm planning to launch it in April. And I'm only doing it in April because it's my birthday in April. And the name Art and Heart came to me on my birthday last year. I woke up and I just had these words in my head, Art and Heart Club. And so I didn't know what to do with it. I wrote it down and looked at it. I didn't know what to do with it. I ended up buying the domain name because it was available. And I was like, okay, let's try something. Let's try it. But then I kind of didn't know what to do with it and I gave up. But then back in December of last year, it suddenly occurred to me that I should do something about it. So I moved away from my hometown 3 years ago now, almost 3 years ago. And I am not someone who makes friends super easily. And I think with two toddlers at the time in tow, it was like really hard because every time I would try to meet somebody, one of them would not be happy that I'm talking to someone else and not giving them my full attention. And I wasn't able to have any like meaningful conversations with moms that I would meet at the park or something. And when I did meet somebody, I don't know, like I think when you're meeting people with kids of a certain age, the moms are just really like into finding a friend for their kid. And my kids are such best friends with each other that they didn't want to find a friend outside of just them two. And in the beginning, I had a hard time accepting that because I was like, oh, am I doing something wrong? Why don't my kids want to play with other kids? But as time has gone on, I realize they'll grow out of it when they want to, and I can't really force the situation. And I just have to accept that they will probably want somebody new in their life at some point in their life, and they will make that effort and ask for help if that's the case. Okay. So I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try using these tempera paint sticks and just drawing with them, I guess. I don't know. They do draw really smoothly, and that's really fun. Where did I put the cat? Try out the pink. Maybe I'll draw the other half of the cloud. Oh yeah, so trying to meet new people was difficult. But then something started to change when I decided to let go of the idea that I needed to find a mom. And I just started to try to make my own friends without my kids in tow. And so I would reach out to people online. Um, and for me, finding a group of artists to become friends with was what made most sense. And I was able to connect with them on a deeper level. And I just feel like things changed after that. Like I just started having more confidence and trying to put myself out there and to ask people to hang out and to show people that I appreciate the time that we do hang out and to let them know that they are important people to me. And I think when we are authentic and true to our feelings, and if that's what I'm feeling that day, well, I'm going to tell the person that gave me those feelings of like feeling awesome. Why keep those thoughts to myself when they could be shared? And if I find out that it's mutual, then even better. And I feel so great about that. Anyway, so in December, I had the idea to run an in-person workshop under the name Art and Heart Club. And I just had this idea of women coming together, journaling together around the table, and how fun that would be, and how healing it would be for my soul. And turns out other women love that idea. And so I unfortunately can't always create an in-person workshop just because the schedule that I have with my kids and my husband's medical appointments and traveling back and forth between two cities. And also, recently my dad was hospitalized, so I'm also dealing with a lot with my parents. And I thought, oh my God, trying to find a date that I can commit to running a workshop has gotten infinitely harder since the first workshop I ran back in January. And I thought, okay, I want to maybe make something virtual so that wherever I am, I can still hop on a call and connect with other people. So that's the idea that I am working on right now. And I would love it if you are interested and want to join the wait list. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. It's my first time trying anything of this nature, but I just had this feeling that because I think my subconscious gave me this idea since I woke up to this idea on my birthday. I just feel like I have to follow that feeling. And I can't wait to see where it goes. I would love to make some friends online from around the world. How wonderful would that be? And I just think it is such a wonderful thing about the internet nowadays. Oh, I'm just looking at it on my computer screen right now, and it looks so cheesy, this whole spread. But I love it. Maybe there's like a sun. Maybe this is like an ocean, and the sun is setting. I wish there was an orange marker I could use from one of these paint brushes. Pink pen? It really just feels like a giant crayon. My fingers are kind of gross. Sorry. But whatever. Okay. And maybe I will go over it with some blue. The horizon line. And draw some waves. Like fleeting thoughts about perfectionism represented here by the wave. There we go. I think I am going to call that done. That was a wonderful half an hour break. I love it. Now, since this is a brand new notebook, if I just open it into the middle, I have a reminder to make shitty art every day. Well, thank you for joining me on this video. I will drop the link to the Art and Heart Club waitlist below. And you can also check out my website, hamlettastudios.com. I recently had a lot of people check it out and give me such incredible feedback about it, about how cute it is. And I agree. I worked really hard to make it really cute. And I just love cute stuff. I am in my late 30s and I just love cute stuff. And I have my entire life. Why would I want it not be cute, is what I ask. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.